ults are not available, but it doesn't matter. There's a
That's
shot.
right.
He tried to spam with a Bucky. Can you even do that?
I don't know.
Ended on an eco.
Yeah, that's
Envy just
Trying
started.
to play for a retake here because they really don't have a choice. Any attempt to
Same
contest
map.
that
Same
take
map.
would've
Literally
more than
just started.
likely
Third
led to an
map.
overwhelming number
At
of players firing on
Listen,
one
they lost the
player.
last map because of a lot
Here
of
we go.
missed
Now they're going to start booming
shots.
back in
So let's see
through
what happens
the
this
door,
time.
coming in
Sad
for
'cause
three
I
here.
like Envy.
Trade so far favoring Envy. In fact, we've got a boombox kill on to
Oh, they won the
there.
pistol. I just
FNS,
tuned in.
Victor
Nice.
and Crashies all cleaning it up for Envy, as nearly everybody gets a frag here on the way back in. A solid retake for Envy to solidify the first round for them.
I mean, you could not script this best of three better. Envy gets stomped all over on split. We come to Ascent and they immediately get back to form. Envy very aggressive in the face of version 1. Just what a way to steamroll over that entire site. I was gonna say fantastic trades, but that's not even what happened. Envy just
Dude,
simply
do you
walked
think,
back
like,
onto A, killed everybody.
I'm like a
and
trash
defused the
person?
spike. Some great stuff there for them rolling into the next
No.
round.
Like, do you
They're
hate me?
confident nowadays with their capability
No.
to retake, and definitely
the
been
hell?
the case on pistols as well there.
I've been
So,
going through some
folks
shit
on
lately.
V1 thought they had control, but certainly not. Envy comes absolutely storming back in, specifically from Tree, in order to make that happen. Now, light investment for the most part here coming in for V1 on the second
Stupid.
round. We do have the single Bucky buy for Vanity, as well as a couple Sheriff upgrades.
I would have just
too, but those
dono
are
walled you.
minor side notes. Definitely didn't buy out any
Who?
of the bank.
I would have
Definitely,
dono walled
however,
you.
For Envy, as Crashes will make a slight mistake here off of his
Damn, that's
shock
how you
dart,
deal with people?
taking away about
Yeah,
half
just
of his
straight dono
shields
wall
and
him?
a
Yeah.
couple HP there. He just has
It's
to
the
kinda
easiest
awkwardly
way.
back away from that one now. Nothing major lost.
True.
One would say a shocking mistake. I'm sorry, I'll apologize right now. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Boo! Boo the bad commentator. Why are you booing? I'm right. I'm right. But not right now, or at least Zelsus isn't, as he gets taken down inside of mid, and he's going to be the only one there. Envy.
Is it?
making
Yeah,
it
that's an
matter when
ego,
it
so
matters
whatever.
most.
Round's
Taking
already
full
over.
Control of this second round, but now Victor in some trouble.
my God.
Shock dart out.
I actually
Effie's
died.
actually going to get the frag because
There's a lot of
of that.
Hanzo arrows
They're
going
starting
down,
to
getting
work
some
their way through
fraggies.
Tree, but
Crashies, there's two people jumping at you. got support from Mummy. If you're in the back of DD.
as well as Mummy with one for his
Wow,
troubles.
what a great
Wraps
eco.
that up
Keep
with a
4
nice
alive.
bow
The
as he gets
economy
gun
is
round.
blooming.
Envy are angry about the loss from before, and they want to shut this one down nice and quick. Already thinking to themselves, they probably should have been able to shut this one down on a map too.
No, dude, I was
So,
being serious. I just
we'll
wanted your
see how their
opinion, dude.
first bonus
That's all.
engagement goes, as they're still, for the most part, going to have Spectres going.
Yeah, but
in
you
there.
knew
the-
you knew the
Crashies
answer.
trying to
Well,
figure
I
out
knew it from
exactly how
Hannah.
they
I
wanna
didn't know it
play.
from
Their
you.
buys is obviously they want to buy
What
in
the
pretty much
hell?
to the point where they can't
I asked
rebuy
Hannah,
in the round after
like,
this
5
should
minutes
they
ago,
lose, but
too.
At the same time,
What?
you want to be able to fight against
What do
the
you mean,
full
what?
investment
Why?
from V1.
Because
So
I
doesn't mean
wanted to
Caboose is gonna
know.
end up
Oh
fully
my
buying for
God.
himself. Everybody else
Now
should
I got
be
the
in
answer.
relatively good trades to repurchase on the round after. So, man, we're going to jump right into the action this time. Caboose with a double as he aggressively swings into mid. V1 try to play for pressure in that position, but fail outright. Victor does get dropped, but thankfully the support was there from the other players in mid, and Envy comes out as the winner in that trade.
This is looking less like a scent and more like an octagon as these guys continue to battle inside of this cage. Incredible stuff happening from both ends, but that right there, a highlight play for Caboose, and he's going to be talking about that one for a little bit, but that doesn't mean that the round's over just
Kinda like
yet.
a
There's
waste
still
of
work
info,
done, as
to
there's
be
still
honest.
3
Like, what
version
was the
1
point
members
of
lurking
droning
around.
that?
Currently just biting for mid control, trying to see where they can possibly get this spike to go, and
I don't
this
really
is
understand.
the problematic thing. They really don't have any forward momentum for them right now. The Owl Drone's gone from Effie's. He does have his recon bolt back, but he really wants to try and use that for sight. Clearing out these areas is going to be extremely, extremely difficult.
They're
especially
fucked,
with no
right?
flashes.
They're not gonna win this going through spawn?
Well, you never know.
No, he literally
Oh.
sees
They
her.
have to
There's
check
no way this
towards the
works.
heaven steps here. Caboose ready for the
That was literally the worst play they could have made out of the other
site
two.
as well. It's a shutdown from Envy as version 1 aren't able to get anything going for them.
Yeah, that was weird.
The lurk, whether it's through mid or
They
mid,
solo
it
droned
fails
up Cat,
outright, and Envy get an incredibly
and then they
solid
just walked up
first
mid.
round here.
Yeah, that was
Third
not.
I
round.
don't
That was
know.
the worst play out of the 3 they could have made.
Yeah, first round that
And
has a
only
lot
with
of
2 of them.
firepower
Like,
in. We'll
the
just
bomb
put
is
it
in
that way.
market
The
there,
second
fighting
round's
out
quite
market,
important,
and
sets
they're
the pace.
looking
That second
towards
round is gonna
A
be
spawn.
difficult. Third one is
What?
where everyone's going to try and murder each other. So
Not
that's-
even really the first gun round from NV2.
They're hoping for some kills, man.
So
Yes.
still on a relatively light
But they didn't get
investment
'em.
compared to what V1 brought to the table here. And they're still rolling.
This
with it
doesn't
for a
make
few of their
sense.
Players. I'm pretty sure one of them still at a Spectre. Yep, Mummy still working.
Oh,
with that at
Food's
this
gonna get
point,
the ult
so
popping. He wants
Envy
those
just
eco frags.
cashing
I'm
in
telling
all
you.
of these rounds that they can pick up, and of course, all the times they are able to keep themselves alive on a round-to-round basis here. But V1 on a bit of an eco.
Get out
here.
of there,
It's the Bucky
Caboose.
buy, and they're gonna work
Good
their
job.
way relatively quickly behind that. Crashy's already started
There's
shutting
the
one
ult he
down.
gets
Penny
to. See, I
forward
told
on the
you.
site. The run it back does
hungry.
go down, but not before Victor's able to get two
For food?
himself upon
Yeah.
losing that ultimate.
Oh, we got
Here's-
3.
Try to play
He's
into this
looking
one
for
as Penny's
food in the enemy
last player
team's
alive.
bodies.
Caboose will be able to manage that relatively quickly. And once again, Envy control the round, picking up a 4th.
Yeah, I think the jig is up when it comes to Ascent right now for version 1. Their play style is really, really potent when it came to Split, and I feel like that's simply just because of how congested that map is on its angles. Very close, not a lot of long areas to work around, but when they try to be forceful here, especially in that last round with the Buckies, Envy just simply opt to go for the long angles instead. We saw the Envy player over towards Tree Door, and immediately as version 1 flies in with the Jet Tailwind, he just leaves. He doesn't want anything to do with that. He knows exactly what they're going to attempt to do. Instead, going back to play with his team and win the round.
Version 1, a cautious hold here at the beginning of the round. They know Envy's ahead, and that more than likely would mean that they try to play slightly aggressively against their opponents since they can afford.
Do you think some people actually believe that some of these games are rigged?
Risking that though, Envy actually with
Yes.
a very concerted hold, specifically at B. Not so much
And-
the case over towards A, where we do have a
Oh,
little more
we saw
cost
someone on the
rate. We are
left,
going
too.
to
That
the
could have been
gravity well,
sick.
followed up by the usage.
Uh,
Showstopper there, but won't lead
yes.
to much. Unfortunately, it didn't catch anyone, so that Showstopper is wasted for the most part.
but
Caboose and the rest of Envy though are firing off on all cylinders, so probably
the
not
only
too
reason,
much
yes,
of
is
a,
because
much
people
spilled
are
milk over that one
dumb.
there. Caboose going to be able to get that back
True.
relatively quickly, and V1 in the
That's
meantime,
why.
not really doing much here in the early round, trying to play this very cautiously, very quietly, more importantly. Where they try to play
That's
their
why
way
people
into the
send
site,
death
which definitely
threats
seems to be
over
leaning
matches
towards
they
an
lose
A take.
skins in.
Envy very patiently
Fucking
waiting for the push
losers.
to come in though at all angles. They already have stopped
Losers.
That are
three players
dumb.
on the site already, moving their Killjoy.
People
as well
are, in
as the
fact,
other
dumb.
player back in a position to
True.
rotate to this one as well. Effie's already going for the Hunter's Fury, trying to scramble the positions of the players in tree. It works to some extent, but still only a 1-for-1. They're out on the site though. Penny going for the plant. It should go down without conflict here. Also has the Blade Storm ready to go if he wants to use it.
A little scary there for just a second, but Penny does realize the spike's in his control. Plants it right
But it
at
is
the
at
base
the
of
same time.
Rafters.
Okay, so they're not as dumb
Version 1. They have great
as
control of A
you would
main as
think
well
they
as the
are
lobby
because
with
of this
Omen
whole-
supporting the Sova. This
there's
is
a
some
scandal
fantastic
going on
stuff. Gonna be difficult
with
for Envy
the
to try and
throwing.
work this
Yeah,
out.
with
you know?
MDL and all that shit.
Yeah. So, like, some,
We'll
yes.
see if they can come out on top. Effie's with the first
But some
blow.
no.
Can he get the second? It's actually Victor with the refrag, but do they understand the positioning of these last
I think it
handful of
depends.
members?
I think if you
Victor
view a
able to
game
stay
where
alive, but
it's
finally
two
refragged by
teams that
Kennedy,
aren't
and that's gonna be
that
a fantastic round from version 1. Their first one, and
that
this
two
would be
teams that aren't that
version
like
1
huge.
at that.
Much more
I could
solid
see
take
the
overall onto that
maybe
A
like
site for
a
them.
little bit being like,
Waited out
fuck,
the
I don't
time a
know,
lot
right?
more, and we're able to find an
Like
insertion
MDL.
point
MDL is a
where,
perfect
for the most
example.
part,
But if you're
Envy
seeing
couldn't
like
really
top
do anything to
teams,
stop them
no way in
because they've
hell.
been so heavily focused on the
Yeah.
take.
Getting
Also,
paid,
it's
getting
really
paid like
really
20,
for
30 grand a
Tapestry,
month
like,
to
they had
just,
2 or
yeah,
3
that's not gonna
players
happen.
It's
hyper
really
focused on
easy
that. It
to
took the
tell
attention
if someone's
away
throwing
from
too.
the
Yeah,
Raptors' position
super
on the
easy.
A site,
Like, you
as well as
literally
the
have to
players that
not
were
shoot
trying to
at the
watch
enemies.
streets and deeper in A opened up a massive hole in May main that the players on version 1 were able to execute through.
There's
And
just
unfortunately,
also no
V1,
reason
because
to
of the
throw
Envy,
in
I should say, because
Valorant
of the
if you're in a
well-weighted
tournament like
utility
this.
usage from V1, you know, timing out the blaze as well as their other sorts of smokes to try and block out their opponents.
Hey, what if you put your
They
life
never
savings
really
on it,
able to
dude?
steal any sneaky kills out.
Yeah,
out
but
of
how-
V1.
Oh my god.
Top right take.
Hanzo
Victor,
down.
As we get into the next round here,
That's
gets
such
a
fucking
very, very
bullshit.
nice kill.
I'm not gonna
At the
lie.
very
I'd be
end,
so
just run
mad
it
if I
back
died
as
like
well.
that.
Able to find out Effie's hiding in that corner, taking him down, and the repeat from B main again gets him a second pick against player 1. You could not ask for worse luck here on V1.
I was gonna
side
say
right
something
now.
before that happened.
You can't make it up, man. You can't make it up. Victor is just better right now. You can even see he was just shaking it off. He was shaking it off. There's just too much sauce.
Did you say you
going on,
can't
know?
see?
He needed a mop for the amount of drip.
Huh?
I don't know.
That's not supposed to happen.
I
What?
thought you said you can't
Hey, guys,
see.
just
I don't
did
know.
Something that was not allowed. All right, I'm gonna have to go over here now.
You're hearing
But,
things. things. I said
V1
nothing
with a
like that
change
at
here.
all.
They're gonna go for the
Okay.
plant on A once again after some abnormalities happen inside of B main, but the plant's still gonna be
Maybe I
good,
can't
and that's
see.
the big thing. They need this money going into these further rounds, but they much
I was gonna say,
rather
like,
have the round
there's
win.
no
That's what
point,
actually matters,
like,
and
to
that's why we
throw
see
in
them being
Valorant.
so
And
aggressive
how is there
towards
a skin
Raptors
system
right
in this,
now.
or
None
isn't,
of that
right?
going to work
How
out.
would it-
Very
You
low
can still
on
bet.
selling
You can bet
as
real
well,
money.
so that'll be
It's still a
difficult.
thing. Oh my god.
And Celsius with three.
How is that not illegal? I don't
Hands down,
understand.
but that's not
Well,
even needed
it,
either.
you can't
Penny
bet in
wraps up the
America.
other kill,
I don't
and
think. Not yet,
Envy,
anyway.
oh no, the
I feel like
money
it's
is
usually
starting to
EU
run out.
betting.
A one-way setup there. I'm not sure if that was
Like just like the website that ESL promotes. ESL promotes a betting website, but if you go to it right now, it'll say it's not available in your country.
That against Envy was looking like they would have had everything they needed to retake that, but look at this.
Wow,
Indeed,
that was-
that smoke does come from Vanity. As it
That
allows
one-way
Celsius
smoke
to
was
completely
round
shut down
deciding.
that entire retake
Gave
attempt
Celsius
for
free
free.
frags
Beautifully
right
done,
there.
beautifully played. Not going to be able to make that happen again, more than likely, as they'll
I
absolutely
love
check
free
that spot from
frags.
now on. But either way, the play works where it needs to here. It takes us into the next round. Envy, specifically Mame, trying to cause some problems here.
That's
You see the
weird.
gravity well go off.
Looked like there was a
right
wire
behind
there,
the A-side
but there was no
spawn.
wire.
Well,
There's no
One.
cipher.
Other than
Still up a
that,
little
it
bit,
doesn't
but
make sense
overall,
at this
just
level
gonna see
to
that star
throw
go
these
off, not
matches.
Too much damage being done to the team.
Oh,
Alright,
yeah.
well, version 1 opting for A yet again, and seems as though this is going to be all A or no play type of thing. Everyone is currently stacked up here. Telly into the back for information. Good plays for Gen, but
Holy
FNS able to shut it down. Hops inside of the Nanoswarm, takes the
Surprised he
damage,
got
but
one.
claims player one instead. Zelsus works in on the back end along with Penny. They've got hell control and a run it back.
Go up there,
All for
Zelsus.
Envy.
Go
Some
get him.
Nice curveballs out, but nothing going to blind up too many people. They're going to play it back as well.
Why are they even fighting that at all? They took so much damage for that. I guess it's Nico, it doesn't matter, whatever.
And version
Oh,
1 into
headshot with it.
Crashes and
Wait, it's
holds
not
on
an
to
eco, is
a
it?
couple of rounds.
Yeah,
Now
they
the
ecoed,
Hunter's
right?
Fury
No,
going
they
in,
had
able to
pistols
lock
out.
down
Just
the
kidding,
frag
it
on
was
the
the
Penny
UI.
and deal good damage to at least one other player as well. That's Zelsus down at 47. No hot hands, so he can't heal himself back up, and no Blaze either. Envy are making serious progress in the retake, and it doesn't look like it's going to stop Vanity. The only one standing in the way of it. He's got a Nebula in his way now, too. Doesn't have great info. Trying to go off of the pink.
He just got pushed. That sucks.
Yeah, he might have killed him, too.
He was getting ready to spam him.
Envy.
Yeah,
The
I mean, not
round,
much you could do
as
from
well as
there.
the
It was
lead
a nice
along
try,
with it.
I guess.
V1, a momentary lapse where they could have taken control of this, but it's now faded, and Envy are controlling the situation yet again.
Yeah, they were starting to get to the end of Envy's money, where a couple of players were starting to get into that gray area, where if the round doesn't go their way, they're going to be on an eco.
I guess that
but if
is true.
does,
it has
more
never
than likely
made
gonna
sense
stay
in
inside
any
of those
sport to
rifles, and
throw,
that's exactly
but
what happens here for
like,
Envy, able to get away with
the
that
incentive is
and make
always
version 1
money, because money
situation
rules
even
everything.
more
So if you're not
difficult
making
now.
enough
It
money
looks,
doing what
though,
you're
as though we're
doing,
going to have a possible
then I
scenario
guess
Yeah.
you would throw
primary
integrity out
That's-
the window.
That's why
He's gonna use the
MDL.
Blade Storm
That's why there was so
instead.
much throwing that happened there, because it was just
Explosive plays
those
coming
people
through
weren't
this
getting
up
paid
lane
anything.
updraft.
They probably weren't streaming. And if they were, they probably
Coming in here
didn't
is
really
going to
make
see an
anything off
aggressive
of it.
push from the V1
So they
roster.
thought, all right,
However,
why
it's
not?
going to get immediately
I
countered
agree
out
to an
from
extent,
on
but at the
that
same
one
time,
there.
there have been people
The
that
V1 still lined up
have
with V-Main,
thrown
trying to try and make a
when
play,
they
but
have
it's
everything,
Victor
you know, they
catching
just
Penny
don't
and
care about the
Suck all way
integrity.
Yeah,
So like, it's hard to
definitely
as
some people
well
have
onto
for sure.
Vanity.
like
Takes
the
him down
Iva
before
Power
he's gonna be able to
situation,
pop
they
off.
literally weren't
Shot
getting
from
paid
Suck, I
fucking
believe.
shit because I was in the beginning of CS.
Well, I think those situations, like, yeah, Iva Power wasn't getting paid shit at the beginning of CS, so that's part of the reason. But I think it's more so people that do that at that level is more so like thinking you can get away with it.
Yeah, they 100% thought they could get away with it.
One for one
But,
exchanges,
I mean,
but that's perfectly fine. And
I don't
they're
know.
okay with that. They're still ahead by a pretty massive margin here. And as long as FBs doesn't get another pickup for free,
Terrible mindset.
be able to control
Yeah,
this
well, it's
1v2.
terrible because it
Dangerous
ruins
sight
the
to play it
integrity
out
of
from,
the
especially if they
game.
have to
Like,
split the
that's
retake.
what should be
If
held
he's
as, like,
gonna play this is the question.
held to the
Won't have
highest
himself
standard, the
recon
integrity of
dart
the
at any
game
point
that you're
during this,
playing.
and both of the shots
Because if
darts
you
are
love the
gone,
game
but
and you care
does
about
have
it,
the
then you
Hunter's
should
Fury.
not
However,
cheat at it,
not gonna be
right?
very useful in a 1v2 environment, especially
But
as
it's happened in
opponents are already
professional
close to them in
sports
areas
too,
like
you know?
Hut.
Yeah.
Still, and
So
we're playing this
it's,
very
I think it's just
cautiously,
human nature to
taking
just
a lot of time
cheat,
to sneak up on
to
the
be
site, make
honest.
sure he isn't trying to make any sort of aggressive move. The turret goes down to confirm he's not already
to
in
get
the open
ahead.
and discourage him from re-peeking into them. But again, the time, it's a problem for Envy. They don't have a whole lot to take down FBs with. Thankfully, the first strike is going to hit true. And with that, they should have just enough time to get the defuse going for themselves, as well as secure the 6th round. Let's be picked up by Victor here.
It's cool, calm, and collected for Envy right now. All of these situations handled with you know, no real sense of urgency. They're just making sure that they hit their marks, and that's all they're really attentive to at the moment. And you can't blame them. Version 1 not really able to combat them in any sense of the word. These 2 rounds that they've been able to find through pretty solid utility usage over on A, but the B hits just not working out for them. And the problem with that is staying strictly to one site means that Envy will more than likely have some insight on that later on into these sides. So we'll see if they can possibly get some things going their way as we're back onto a semi-buy here with a lot of Buckies and some Sheriff to boot.
Definitely light investment overall from V1, and they've
fucking 4 Buckies and a dig.
To a pretty limited degree
Jet's
of
gonna
success
dash on
because
in
they were able to
here.
close the gap on the actual
This is
execute
probably
here.
gonna get rolled
Full
up on
rifles for
hard.
Envy at the same
He might get
time,
one.
so they really need to try and close the gap, because otherwise they're gonna be going up against Phantoms, Vandals, and the whole
think
lot
they're gonna
of things.
own him.
He's
Generally,
gonna- he
Bucks are
should
pretty great at fighting
easily-
against the long ranges here. FNS
okay.
has the lineup. It's a jumble at Gen. 3 players from V1 going down.
Food.
got nothing.
Food with the save.
Only Vanity left in the engagement.
So,
He's
like,
holding the flank
was
at
Finesse?
A main
Why did
here.
they not bum rush
Stand out
Finesse?
as well, so they know
They
he's
all got
fallen
stuck
back
at Gen.
slightly.
What
He's
happened
gonna try
there?
to play
Did
the
I miss
something?
He can pick up one
Okay.
with the Bucky, but
Phoenix
does
was
not
out up
find
there,
the
just
angles he
snap
needs. They know
flash,
it's the
snap
Bucky now, so they're gonna
flash.
sit back. They won't
Dealing with the
Literally
dart,
shocking.
dealing
out,
with all the
obviously, and get
utility
this
and
round
shit.
over with. He's looking to capitalize on that. He's gonna make this as painful as possible, friend.
Yeah,
because
Food
at
literally
this point,
saved
they're just
Finesse's
waiting
life.
for him to cross, and there you go. Caboose.
And I was like, shit, that
Or
this
Victor.
Jet was
I
in
love the play from
immediately.
Vanity.
He
I
was
mean, I got
in
40
Gen,
seconds
so he
and a
just
lot
like
of
got
bullets, so we might
stopped
as well
and
just
didn't
keep shooting.
continue.
Like, eventually I'll hit something. I really hope. But doesn't seem to work out for version 1 anyways. And that round wasn't necessarily supposed to be a round win. They really obviously wanted it to go their way, and those Buckies can make some magic happen, but just wasn't in the cards. And this time they'll actually have rifles to take it to Envy. Last time that we saw this, once again, that A push that worked out so very well for them. Fantastic utility usage across the entire board. Envy not really having an opportunity to get back into that one. Simply what it seemed like, just not having what
Finesse,
they
my
needed
man,
to
aggress
actually
be
work
main,
on
2
the site.
down.
Some dry peeks
Up
coming in
for
from
and
three,
aggress
just
A
getting
main. Oh my
punished.
god,
Now
these guys
it's
don't
Envy
give one
all
fuck. They're
over
stomping these
again.
noobs.
3Ks right off rip.
I mean, this is a gun round too from version
Jesus,
1.
that
Envy
round's
could have
over
picked up that
immediately.
round to try and get this aggressive and be so successful in being as aggressive as they were here.
And he's trying to get
Envy's
something
gonna try
going.
to make up the difference.
And
In fact, we're going
dinked
to
him.
see Crashes get dinked there.
Yep.
Not enough to take him down. Only sent to 10 HP after that. Effie's the only player left in this. Good timing on the swing versus Victor. Gets a clean pick there, but immediately you're going to see the Nova Pulse. In fact, I think that's a Gravity Well. Actually try to keep him in position here and slow him down overall as he tries his best to lurk out onto the A site. Not really a lurk considering they already know he's here, but trying to keep it quiet, trying to look for these
Damn, you can
pre-fires,
see that
any
from far away.
capabilities.
Holy
Trying to
shit.
get a frag here will move into his team's favor, just like that. As Crashies peeks out into the open, Effie's going to try to move past this Nebula. Gets past
Lol.
without too much of an issue. but
Dude,
there's
that
the
bot,
double
man,
swing.
has so much
Envy
HP.
to shut him down. Stop the clutch.
Imagine
and
shooting a
solidify an
robot.
8th overall round for the Envy roster.
And Envy just not giving version 1 a single chance. They don't care if it's a rifle round. They don't care if it's a semi-buy, an eco. They don't care. They are not giving
wonder if the
version 1 a
meta
single
is going to
chance
be to just
in
not even
trying to
shoot
get
those
out
bots
of this
anymore.
series in
Like in
any
that
fashion.
situation.
I mean, even
Just
down
hold
to
for a
this,
push
the
instead.
1v4,
Yeah.
we have
Well,
a
right
guy
there for
playing
sure.
Gen, we have two
Yeah.
Right there,
three
you know they're
with
gonna
the turret
peek with
to the
it, so
point
you
of
don't even shoot the
contact.
bot.
I
You hold the
mean,
angle, try to
come
one
on,
tap.
How are you supposed
Either
to
way,
Everybody
though.
shoots bots
Yeah.
nowadays.
if you are actually Effies, you know, like that's just so difficult.
The problem is you
But
eventually
once
have
again,
to.
We're going to have to go
Yeah.
back.
Like, you give it, like, maybe 1 or 2 bursts, and then you go, well, no one's peeking, I'll shoot it.
Along for the ride, but player 1 and Zelsis both on pistols.
Info already
Oh, the
collected
aggression, because they know they're
Envy here,
saving.
and
They're
man,
literally
they
stepping
are
on the
just
gas pedal here.
thriving in the current state of this game at the moment here.
And Effie's is
Swinging
last
into
alive,
mid for
baiting in
3
mid, getting the
separate angles. They
frags.
do not
Hell
care
yeah.
about the plans from version 1 because they have their own, and it involves killing a lot of the members of the V1 roster. 9-2 is
Dude,
now the
Envy
scoreline
is,
as we get ready to head into the final round of the first half.
Yeesh.
They're owning. They want this
business
dub.
is killing,
Yeah.
or at least Envy's
I mean,
business
the
is
last map
killing,
was so
and
rough.
apparently
It's
business
crazy
is
to go
pretty
from the
good.
last
That's
map
what
to
I'm saying.
this.
Like that, wow. We talked
Last map,
about
they
it
were
in
putting
previous
themselves in the right
maps when we talked
situations. They
about
just couldn't win
Envy
duels.
and, a scoreline very similar
This
to
map, they're
one,
winning
and the
every
fact
duel.
that the frags are just not coming through for them.
Yeah.
But Now take a look at the scoreboard, folks.
Where's
Penny, 5
Mame?
and 10. Zelsis 5 and 9.
He's
Player
about to
1
peek
Vanity, both 3 and 11,
not A
3
main.
and 10.
They're picking B main again.
Scorelines that are going to
He's
bode
picking
well
mid.
for your squad when you're trying to work your way onto sites, especially from this
Oh, God.
offensive point. Granted, kills still do matter when you're on that defense, as Envy is making it clearly known.
Wow.
But oh man,
Oh,
it's difficult.
That's
wow.
so
where
crazy.
Zelsis is gonna be.
He saved
You're
his
running
fucking
back to get him
ass.
out of the grenade, but can it
So
save him a
crazy.
showstopper? Seemingly not, as Envy.
Dude,
I thought he was going to
that-
die to the nade when his ult got sent back, but the nade blew up before he got
Great
sent
job of
back, and then he had to
defending.
use
And
the
then
ult.
RPG'd, and then Food
Would
set
have
up the
normally
wall so
come
he
out
could get
from
covered.
V1
Like, it
here.
was, that
V1
was
have
wild.
to respect Envy because they're getting so aggressive at the beginning of nearly every round. And even worse,
Wow.
they're successful
done.
in their aggression.
Maneuver.
Right here with Cabooses' play, able to take down Vanity. Yes, he gets traded, but they're already
Got
in
no
a
bullets,
massive
Victor.
advantage here.
Food.
Slight mistake from Victor. It looks like he swings while low ammo, tried to capitalize on the chaos there. And take out his opponent with 1 to 2
Vanessa
bullets.
knows.
Job done, but again, it's of little consequence. Crashy's moves
Well,
in there, finishes off the job.
yikes.
It's the last round anyway, so it's not like they have to worry about
GG
it.
go next.
And as a result
There's
of
no
that,
next.
Envy gonna get a
This is
massive
it.
lead,
GG go-
switching to
GG
the
go
attacking side.
end of
This
day.
is all the marbles.
Okay, are you
M-balls.
sure that they did not switch computers? Because this scoreline is just too.
I mean, that
candy
was
for
just-
what we previously saw.
You couldn't
in the
even
last
draw
map.
that one up.
And, I mean,
Yeah, that was wild.
We watched version 1 play this map. It was not nearly this poor. It's just so difficult for them to try and get around Envy. These early engagements that they're showing to version 1 right now.
What are you gonna do
are
after
just
this?
unparalleled in what they're able to pull
I don't know.
off. I mean, we're not talking one.
Have you seen the game It Takes
frags. We're
Two?
talking 3 to 4 frags.
Yeah, me and
as an
Hannah
opening
plan to
for
play
Envy
it.
into the round.
I don't
And
know
then
when,
you didn't
though.
have
We
two
saw
to
it when it
one
came out, and we're like, we
person
should
left
play
on the
it.
other team
And then we
with
just
like
never
a
played
minute
it.
and 10 seconds left. Just holding
Nice.
their head in their hands.
We'll play it
Okay,
eventually.
now what do we do with this situation?
What do you
We
think?
can't
Have you
win.
played it?
It's going to be
No,
so
I haven't played it.
difficult to try and win an engagement like that. But that was practically how the entire.
Are you gonna
half
play
went
it, or you
versus
don't really
one. We
care?
saw one glimmer of
Well,
hope, a glimpse of it. Immediately went.
never
away.
mind.
We're switching sides now.
Do you wanna play it
Well,
with me?
I was
On
gonna ask you.
offense.
Well, okay,
Curly
so
set
you didn't
up,
look at your
go
phone, but
for
I
A,
actually
but spike control
texted
really
you
tells a
and
different
Hannah
story, as
because
it's
for
actually
some
on
reason
Ray's
I thought it was a
inside of
three-player
attacker
game.
side spot.
This is such an important
And
round
then I
where
realized
That would've
I was
been
like,
fun.
oh shit.
3-player? No, it's 2-player. But it's called It Takes Two.
Yeah, and then I texted Hannah back and I was like, oh, I am fucking stupid. And then she laughed at me, the usual. And then I decided to ask you just now, and then you told me you're playing with her, so I'll
Absolutely.
go
You can
die
see
now.
how set they are right now as well. Just really taking the
That's
time to
funny.
find as much intel as possible.
Takes three.
Out now for Crashies. So
Yeah.
spot onto player 1, as well as some extra for his pleasure at the back of the
That's
site.
funny.
He now knows that Killjoy and Sova are both on that B site, and you can see they know KJ's over here. They don't want to deal with her utility. So what do? They
So I've
leave.
literally
They're
just
going
hit the
A.
lottery today.
A slow walk into A here too. They're gonna have to check for positions.
Oh my, that is unlucky.
The timing couldn't be worse, but Penny at least catches the trade, keeps himself alive, and in fact gets a second. Being able to take out Victor.
It's not over yet.
Some great timing. They failed to close the door. That or it's already been destroyed. No, it's a late closure. We're going to see him try to work his way in. It's just too much pressure from V1. Too little time for Envy to play off.
Pain
V1.
without the
Not
S.
done yet, but they've got a long road to
It's
recovery.
champagne
Even
without the
pistol.
sham.
Vanity getting away with the smoke plays again.
Never heard that
Went
one,
silent
actually.
here for a little while, but
That's one you have to
finally
say.
in bold fashion.
You can't
Shut
type
down
that one,
Envy
or else it'll
on
look
this
weird.
take, and it needed to
What?
happen here. Claiming
It won't
not
make sense
only
if you
the
type it
spy
out.
player,
It only
also
makes sense if you
assisting with
say
that
it.
finesse once he peeks out from main. Some great stuff for V1. Not even on the retake, but just on the engagement there on A.
Game still very much on here as Envy are going to be put into a full save round. Will not aggressively try to rebuy into the follow-up after the pistol. They're up by 7 rounds. They can completely afford to just take the L on this one and save up for the round afterwards. But at the same time, that does mean that V1 have free reign to play as aggressively as they would like to.
Tag
They're
me.
definitely going to like
Yeah.
moving out here. They've already got.
Why does this
multiple
always
picks
happen? We
here.
end up not talking about the match. This is your fault.
Well, it's 'cause they're getting- well, actually, they're mounting a little bit of a comeback, but-
Mounting.
Mounting.
They're mounting Envy.
Well. They're gonna be allowed to walk
Wow.
out, which translates
Wow.
play up for player 1,
What a
already
kill.
causing problems
Yep.
mid-door
Talent.
shut there. And crashes
Wow.
into an awkward spot.
Come back.
He's able to retrieve the spike.
It ain't
with the
over.
plant. Vanity works his way up the rafters and shuts him down before anything else can be done as V1 themselves a 4th on the board.
Well, obviously one that was more than likely going to go version 1's way, but still very strong round for them. stacking properly, getting those early engagements like they need to shut down an eco round like Envy was attempting to pull off. But now it's time for the big boys to come out. Real guns to play with for Envy up against version 1's.
Where's the ACU, dude? Is he in this tournament? Or, oh no, he's out, isn't he?
Yeah, ACU's out, I think.
Unlucky.
Let's see here for Envy.
Who's
Still
out
very much in
of
control
Envy?
this matchup,
ACU
and I
plays on
doubt they're
NRG.
worried about their current situation just as of yet. But they've got to get through not just this round, but the bonus.
Yep.
Excuse me, the rebuy from the bonus afterwards if they should successfully take down V1's
Yep.
current bonus on the inside of this round. Victor, with some very early map control, already past the mid gates. Has himself the Nebula to try to work forward from 2, but there is going to be a response dark cover from V1's Omen to try and cover off that angle here. Zelsis wanted to try and play in the chaos, it seemed like, in between the smokes, but couldn't find of that.
They're
Spot. He ends up
splitting
backing
B,
up,
dude.
picking up with, well, unfortunately,
B
over here by
split.
defender spawn, but at least holding a
Will
solid
it work?
angle.
Will it blend?
Oh
That
no,
position
they're
slightly further
calling it
back.
audible.
Envy seem to be aware of this and are cautious themselves about
The
their
bomb
take
is staying
here to
out.
avoid
Nope,
getting
they're not
pitched
calling it
out by
audible.
setup
I don't know
from
what's going on.
V1.
They're taking their sweet ass time. Oh my
Quick
god.
little hop up there. He is going to get spotted. Too much
Elsie
of an
boy.
issue. Goes for the curveball. More importantly, prevents the refrag from coming out. We'll use the blaze to self.
Man, that's a long wall.
Working their way the
Holy
inside
shit.
of Market.
Timer
That's
now
cool.
getting low for
That hurt.
Envy to make
Crashies.
something happen here. As of right now, it's looking to be the split play onto B through Market, and that's
They know,
exactly
they
what
know.
It's going to be. Utility
It's
pressure
happening.
down on site. Hot hands onto player 1. He's taking quite a bit of damage, but no kills just yet. Envy with a lot
God,
of control
they have no
here.
smoke for
Mostly
spawn? What is
focused
this
on that
shit?
defender side. Spawn, they'll
Hello?
be
Cover it with a
for
nade and
Caboose.
just alright. This
They'll
is
be
sloppy
thwarted
as hell.
in the process, trying to get away with that C4 pack.
Dude,
Now worried about
Effies,
Effies,
man.
and he'll get one on the back end. Caboose
Get
follows
your
that kill
two
up, though,
there.
with a triple now onto Penny. Vanity left alone here.
That was
Dude,
a
that's-
trash round.
Zelsis just sat there and just died to a nade.
Cleans
Yep.
that one up. And Envy.
That was a
find it
trash
such
round,
an
honestly.
important round on their offense.
Reasserting control over the lead as well as the economy for the most part at this point in the half too. This is it. I mean, this is the big buy coming in from V1. They're going to spend all of their cash here. Only a reserve of 800 credits remaining after spending all of that. What's up?
Penny is just going Blade Storm, which means that this is about to be crazy. Because he has to do something here. He
They're
has
gonna get
to.
aggressive too.
Oh.
Walk in towards B main here. They're going to try and make a play towards it. Caboose
Wow.
seems to be aware
Look
of
at
it.
this
Sees the
ang.
shoulder of player 1. It wasn't fully
Holy
convinced.
shit.
It's a great follow-up on the curveball from Zelsis, but he sees just how many players are out here and decides, nah, this ain't worth it.
Oh,
I'm
man.
going back. Victor doesn't care though. He's going to push right past it. Knows that
Oh my, he almost died to the room, but
Oh,
he's
he's
chasing,
chasing him, dude.
following him up. Another flash burn
Dude,
gets
these
way out.
rounds
The
are
curveball
fucking
blinds
Duke
out.
hazards.
Zelsis takes him down. Vanity and Penny are all that's
Jesus.
left. Penny
It's a
trying
frag
to
show.
fight the blade storm,
Yeah,
but can
there's
only get
no
one down onto the
anything.
ground.
It's just,
Vanity,
hey,
now the
attack.
last hope here.
Finesse,
1v1
man.
and finesse. Telegraph
Finesse,
even
I
kills
swear.
here as he does a little hop
I don't
before
think-
swinging out there.
No offense, but I don't think
Shut
I've
it
ever
down,
seen
though.
him
Bring
aim.
Envy up to 12.
The
One
first
more
thing he
round is all
the
they
first
need
thing
to
he
take
does
victory.
is drop into a crouch
Take a
spray.
fork, Blue.
It's
Take
like
a fork in him.
hello?
One or done. That round right there.
Close.
Insult to injury. I totally understand why Victor.
I'm telling you,
Bro, I'm gonna
watch.
tell him you
One
said
away
that.
from
man.
I mean,
man.
he'll
He's
probably
not
hear
one
it,
team.
but
He's
watch
cleaning up.
the
You see what
first
I
thing
mean?
he
This guy
does
just running
always
into sight,
drop
killing
into a crouch
everybody.
spray.
No one can touch
Every
this
time.
man's greatness. At the moment,
Every
we're
time.
just here witnessing what Envy are putting.
You
into
told
the
me it's
world.
his
This is
grip.
some amazing stuff from them. And what a
I'm-
way to combat version 1.
What, man? Now you're gonna say it's not his grip? What it?
No, I didn't say that.
We saw them be very attentive towards inside of that VOD, from a couple days ago.
He's
as
never
well.
been
So,
known
Envy
for
now
aiming. I don't know
onto
why
map
you're
on
shocked.
tap and match point.
He's
Actually,
literally never
very,
been
very
a
important stuff
gunner.
here for them, and a round that is definitely.
But
He's a quick
yeah,
out
I
to the
mean,
top
he's
over the top after
just
he is
he's never
eliminated.
been a
Nebula
known to
powerful
gun.
inside of the defender spawn round into
He's a
the B
brain.
site
That's
here.
it.
Works his
Think
way
of him
through,
as a
does spot
brain.
At least one player, possibly two.
Not
getting
no
pressed
arms,
out by him in
no
that
hands,
situation too, but
just a
either
brain
way,
sitting
it's
on the
not
keyboard and
actionable intel
mouse.
At this point, stacking up
Got
here
it.
with 2 players is a fairly normal thing to do.
10-4.
When this utility
His head
comes
is
out,
way
that the
bigger than both
rotate
of
is more
ours,
than
so
likely
that's
going
my
to fall
point.
relatively quickly.
Nah,
Nebula
that's
covers
true.
that
I can
position.
believe
Once
that.
again, they're gonna start to
Yeah.
work their way out.
Oh!
Zelsis
But his-
trying to play
but his
aggressively, but it doesn't
hands
work out.
aren't
FNS and
they don't
Victor
exist.
tearing
They're
up
not
shop on
stable.
the inside of B. 3 kills going their entire way here. Leaving it just
I'm
on
serious.
Vanity and Penny.
I know you
Trying to
are.
play this out
That's
here. Penny
awesome.
with a good find first
And
against
me and
Mame.
Pooj go way back.
Some hope
Oh, I
for
know.
V1, but already losing
Me and him are
control of the
boys.
site.
I know.
I've
Not
literally
going to
shared
play
a
to their
bed with
favor too
Pooj.
well. It all is down to Vanity now. in the 1v3.
We've gotten real intimate.
Oh my god.
Vanity actually gets
Wait.
away with it. The Shrouded steps
This is
first
obvious. No.
up onto Catwalk,
Yes.
but oh no. They seemingly know where he is, but Vanity, it was for
It
info
is
instead.
over.
Was anyone playing
Dead.
Wine? Seemingly not, but he saw Caboose peek back through. Victor
All right.
with a quick
Think
Oh,
13.
I mean, it doesn't matter. When you crouch spray, you still win matches. So it really doesn't matter. He's out thinking them. He's out shooting them.
He's just better, really.
Yeah, really.
From this domination.
There's only 2 rounds left in that.
Why did you
half.
text me and say it takes 3?
I don't know.
Maximum
You're literally
to
in
get
the
out
boy
of it.
with me.
2 rounds. Definitely might be worth though. to try to
Xset
stop
is
that score
owning
that we had on the set. No attack used
BBG.
on this first half.
Built by